Hi, my name is Monica Harmon. I'm a public health nurse here in Philadelphia. Currently, I have a master's degree in public health, and I also have a master's degree in nursing, which allows me to teach up-and-coming nurses about public health. So as you can see, I really enjoy public health. Currently, I am a pre-doctoral student at the School of Nursing at the University of Pennsylvania here in Philadelphia. And there I'm interested in studying health disparities, particularly health disparity in sexual health of minorities, African Americans in particular. I'm one of the nurses from the Philadelphia Nurse Family Partnership. Currently I'm a public health nurse. I'm a home visitor. I visit first-time mothers and their children up until the age of 2. So I get a chance to meet mom while she's pregnant and watch her go through all her changes, and then be with her again when she actually ushers her new life into the world. To be a nurse family partnership nurse in Philadelphia, you do have to be bachelor's prepared. We were sent about 8 years ago, a group of 16 nurses, took Denver by storm, and we actually learned how to do nurse family partnership over a course of a week. There we learned about the 5 domains that we hope to cover during every visit, barring there's no big problems going on, but we talk about maternal health, of course. We also talk about life skills, so what mom is thinking about. Lots of times our moms think that they're just a mom, and that's it. And they don't realize that, okay, before you became a mom or decided to become a mom, that you were a sister, you were a girlfriend, a wife, a mother, and that it doesn't just stop because you've had a child, but we work with them to help them figure out the best ways to go after they have their child. We also talk about child health, of course, and child development, also environmental health. Here in Philadelphia, we have problems with lead, poisoning, so we teach our moms how to prevent their children and possibly other children from getting lead poisoning as well. It's just some of the things that we do. Certainly during the course of the 2.5 years that we are with the mom, certainly we are with her prenatally, but we're also with her in infancy and toddlerhood. So that brings a whole nother set of challenges that we help mom to work through. And dad too. Dad is in, or grandmom as well.
And what's your personal best experience with nurse family? Any stories?
My personal best experience, I would say, just happened actually a few weeks ago. That made everything, I think, come full circle for me. I was in with a client of mine who is bipolar, but she's in denial. It's everyone else's problem, not hers. She's not bipolar. So I never really know if I'm going to have a good visit or a bad visit until I get to the door. But on this day, I had a particularly good visit, and she said, "Monica, come on in." She said, "My grandfather died," and I said, "Oh, that's sad," because she had shared with me that she was going to see her grandfather a lot because they didn't think he was going to make it, and then he had in fact died in between the time I saw her last. And so as I looked at the program that she had given me from the funeral, I noticed the name that was unique. And so I kept saying, "You know what, let me just ask her." So it turns out that was my first client that I had in this program almost 8 years ago. And at the time, that client was 14. And she was in 9th grade, first baby, first time even having sex. And of course she had gotten pregnant. And so, I stayed with her until she was about 17 years old. So I knew that she was on track to graduate high school, and I hadn't kept in contact with her in all those years. And so when I talked with my new client, come to find out that this client is actually her half-sister. And so from that, I got the chance to talk to my very first client in Nurse Family Partnership, and to find out that she's doing absolutely well, and that now she's 22. She is engaged to be married next year, and she didn't have her second baby until last year. And so that's amazing, because those are one of the benchmarks, is that we reduced second pregnancies, the spacing of second pregnancies. And I actually got to see that it was reduced. And she immediately said, "Well, Monica, I had the baby last year. I'm getting ready to go back to school. I'm working now." And so those are things that I had instilled in her, but I wasn't quite sure that she had gotten. That you can do other things. So that for me, I think, was one of the pinnacle points. There's so many that I can name, but that was one for me that I said, wow, because often we don't get a chance to see the benefit of us actually being in the home. And I think in public health, you may never know what impact you made, but for me, that was great to see that 7 years later, she's doing great. The baby's doing great. He's going to be in 2nd grade, and I'm just excited. So every woman who has a baby should be able to have a nurse come out to the home, someone that can give you sound advice. I mean, everyone in your family, they're going to tell you all kinds of stories, and some of it great, some of it not so great. And you know, what Nurse Family Partnership does is that it gives mothers a chance to have someone that's there just for them. Mostly what happens is that, okay, people are excited for you, the mom, when you're pregnant, but as soon as that baby comes, and really as soon as the baby shower comes, just in that name, baby shower, people begin to focus more on the baby and not mom. And I find that what happens is that moms aren't pampered enough in our country. And it's really not seen as this great thing. Yes, we have Mother's Day, and mothers are celebrated. And a lot of my dads will probably say, well, why does mom get everything? But really, it's just such a beautiful transition in a woman's life that, you know, I think just having a nurse in the home is just the greatest thing that we could have. And I mean, you talk about all these prisons that are being built, you talk about all these murders, that I think having a nurse in the home will prevent a lot of these for years to come, a lot of these incidences for years to come. I think that being African American, I bring a unique voice. I'm young. I won't say how young. And also, I think that you know, not only do we have the education and the knowledge base, but that also that, you know, your heart comes out in public health because you're working with your people. You're working with the people, I should say. And it's not so much that you're going and teaching the people what they need to know, but you're working with people within the realm of what their abilities and their capabilities are. And you're taking the knowledge and you're pushing that forward. So we're in a unique opportunity right now. Our country, it seems like it's in turmoil, but that's okay with the economy. But that's a good thing, I think, for public health nurses, because we've always learned how to be flexible and how to work in tough times and in good times as well. So, you know, it's a great opportunity. You know, anyone's thinking about it, go for it. We need you, certainly, not only on the front lines in the fields, but we definitely need you in education. We definitely need your voice to speak in front of Congress, to work in politics, to change things around for the better.